Lately, I've come to realize that God cannot bypass your mind to do something for you. God cannot give you a house that He knows that you cannot manage. So God can be alive in around you, but still be dead inside of you. God doesn't give you something different from the way you feel inside. And that's why you see people, when they fall into sin, they say that I don't believe or I don't think that God will forgive me, because they don't understand the sacrifice that God made. Because God cannot walk away from your mind to do something in your mind. God cannot create a life in your mind different from what you already have. God, the way you think about yourself gives God a very specific clue of what you want in life. If you think negative, that's what you get. If you think inappropriate, that's what you get. If you think indecent, that's what you get. If you think in a very mannerless way, that's what you get. So anytime you want something, you have to understand that God, who is King of Kings, so powerful, cannot bypass your own thoughts to do something in your thoughts. No, God can do that because He gives everybody that free will. That's why the Bible says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. So I tell people that, a lot of people will be like, I have a very powerful zeal. All it takes. No. If you say something, if you say negative thing inside, I want to say positive things outside, it's not going to work, because it's the inside that, that stands first. The outside confirms it. So already, if you have that thoughts, I see there are people who cannot even cope with some certain amount of money. You don't expect God to give you 100 million when you cannot even manage 50,000. I personally cannot give you something I know you can't manage. It doesn't matter. I don't even care. But I cannot give you what I know you cannot manage. So God cannot give you something He knows you cannot manage. And I've also come to realize that God's capacity and God's capability to make one rich cannot go beyond your own ability to believe that this thing can work. The capacity is there, the capability is there, everything is there to make one rich, to make you rich. But God cannot steal those strength, and those power cannot, go beyond your own ability to believe that these things can work. And if you don't believe that God's capacity will make you rich, you will never have it. Because already I told you, the Bible says, as a man thinks in his heart, so he is. You can give God a different picture from what you give Him on the inside. That's why He says that trim the inside, your heart, your mind, the way you feel about yourself. If you feel like you're living in pornography videos and you feel like you're comfortable in it, you stay there for the rest of your life. You may struggle to leave it, you may want to leave it, but there's part of you that still wants it. There's part of you that still desires that thing. Until every part of you has problem with it, God won't do anything about it, because He knows that even if He gets to deal with one part of it, the other part of it will definitely make the other part of it to fall into that thing. So there's no need until He sees that the both part of you, all the area part of you, is submitted to say that, right, this time around I'm tired of this kind of habit. Poverty is a habit. It's poverty, poor mindset, unproductive mindset is also an habit. So deal with that first. God doesn't pour blessing on a small mind. There's the person I was watching, that was a long time ago, and he said something. He said that the small mind gossip and the big mind discuss about event, because the big mind doesn't have time to live around the unproductive. The big mind doesn't have time to gossip. They don't have time to have conversation that doesn't bring things to their table, conversation that cannot give business idea, print a better part of them, or say something positive. But a small mind has a way of settling no matter how dirty the environment is. That's why you see that at some point, before God can bless you, many times I've seen this happen, that before God can do something for you, He will bring you around people who are very rich, who are financially rich, financially stable, mentally stable. When I was young, I always feel threatened when I see people driving a Jeep, because I believe that you are driving this Jeep because you are a ritualist. So these are the mindset I had when I was very young, and that thing, I worked with this for many years. That's why it's so important at some point that you have to deal with your mindset and understand that your environment cannot change until you change them. God can help you change what you feel comfortable living with. God cannot give you a man that he knows that you cannot manage. There are some people who can handle some level of love. It doesn't make them a bad person. It doesn't make them bad people. It's because they don't have the capacity. You being poor doesn't mean you are bad or you are lazy. It's because that's the highest you can go. You can go more than that. Your spiritual life is down because you can go more than that. You can go higher than that. So all you have to do is to step down. What am I doing? What have I been looking at? What did I watch? Did I read? The way they have conversations, solid conversation with yourself, and deal with those habits, because God cannot go beyond the way you think. This is just exactly the way it is. When Job lost everything, but Job had a very positive mindset, and God returned back everything. God won't give you something He knows that you are not even positive towards to. He won't give you, because when that thing comes, your inability to see future would definitely subdue that thing from creating life in it, from building, from becoming something. So those thoughts, those weak thoughts and those weak minds will definitely affect those blessings. So God doesn't waste things. He doesn't waste blessings. He doesn't waste time. He doesn't waste opportunities. So today you have to understand that God is only dead in your mind because your mind is dead. If you're alive, God is alive. The Bible says because He lived, you will live. So imagine if you now decide to be dead inside. There's nothing God can do about it. Because people can decide to be dead inside because of the past event, what happened, or what we heard, what we are told to do, to see, to say, to walk with. So God cannot walk with you that way. You have to come back and understand that God is a person who deals with a person who has a mind of a person who wants to grow. Is a person who sees a person who is working very hard to overcome the poverty in the family, in the mind, in the spiritual life. God can give you a big mind when you have the small mind, because you can manage it. So what do you do today? Tell God, I want you to be alive in me. Every dead thought, every inability to accept your own capability and your own capacity of making me rich, help me to overcome. Help me to stand tall. Help me to grow up enough to see that my sin can be taken out. My irresponsibilities are not higher than your own responsibilities. My own indecency is not higher than your own decency. So stop seeing yourself and start seeing, well, even when you see nothing, see something. That's why the Bible says that faith makes everything beautiful when there's nothing there. Faith makes the environment look so cute and amazing to live with, to walk with. So wake up your mind, talk to the Lord, and move forward. Don't go back to the old things. Move forward to the new things. And if you're seeing this message out, share it. Click on that share button and also click on that like button as well. Subscribe to this channel. You help us to reach to millions and many other people who may also need this message. Be blessed.